I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, the head coach for JobSearchCoachingHQ.com and NoBSCoachingAdvice.com. I do one-on-one coaching with individuals and organizations to help people perform better, help organizations hire better. Now, I wanted to talk about the disconnect in a firm's hiring process. And you may think you're doing great, but the statistics say most firms really aren't. Let me just start off with a stat that I remember from a couple of years ago. And that was within 18 months of a new hire, most organizations, most hiring managers have buyer's remorse about the decision they made to hire someone. Catch that one. Depending upon which survey you look at, it could be as low as, get this number, 50%, or as high as 67% in one survey I saw. So if I told you you would bat 500 in baseball, you'd be thrilled. But if I told you 1 out of 2 products that come off an assembly line is going to be defect free, or 1 out of 2 of your customers is going to be furious with you, how would you feel? I think you'd be happy with 50% defect free, but not the other 50%, right? 1 out of 2 companies furious with you, you got a problem, right? Or a client's furious with you. And it comes down to, what are you measuring? Most organizations measure time to hire. They measure cost per hire. They don't measure whether or not a hiring manager is happy with the person they chose to hire. And like I said, surveys say that they generally aren't within a year to 18 months. So what can you do differently? Well, number one is start measuring manager satisfaction. Because if they're thrilled, if the statistics are out of whack in your organization and your organization is satisfied with the people that they're hiring, great. You don't have to really change anything, but most organizations really aren't. So think in terms of coaching your people, training your people about how to hire, how to evaluate and assess people. Stop with the notion of fit, because what fit does is introduce bias into the equation, since you're not objectively measuring how a person will fit into the existing culture that they'd be walking into. Even if you administer industrial psychology tests to your existing staff, every time someone's hiring, because you have to admit people change, right? Organizations and their culture change, right? Well, you have to administer the tests to people as you're about to hire. So think in terms of, what can you do to evaluate and assess far more accurately, and tell people what they're walking into, like I used to do in recruiting. I would talk to people about the corporate culture they'd be working in and what the expectations were going to be, because I want to scare people out of, hey, you're going to be on a plane Monday, home Thursday night, work from home on Friday. You're going to be away a couple of days a week. If that's a problem, I've got no problem with that. I don't want to submit you for that kind of a role. And I made it very clear about what that client would expect, just like the ones that expected a 90-hour work week out of people, and the ones that were way laid back. And this high-intensity individual would go crazy working there. You've got to do much the same thing to talk about your organizational culture and what the expectations are from people. Again, it's so weird that you don't really evaluate or try to correct managers who don't do a good job of interviewing and hiring. You may look at turnover and blame the recruiter, right? Like it's the recruiter's fault that your manager lied to the job applicant about what to expect. Remember, you're measuring the wrong things. And again, you should look at cost per hire. You should look at time to hire and try and speed it up. But you have to also look at the hiring manager performance in all of this and make sure that they're up to speed too. Hope you found this helpful. I'm Jeff Altman. If you're interested in my coaching you or some of your managers with regard to being more effective with hiring, reach out to me. My LinkedIn address is linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. Once we're connected, mention that you're interested in coaching. We'll set up time for a free discovery call so we can get to know one another and I can understand what the issues are. And I'll also say I have a lot more of my YouTube channel, which is jobsearchtv.com. There's more in the tab for No BS hiring advice. Watch my stuff there. It will help you. And I hope you have a great day. Take care.